Rand Paul's now hours-long filibuster started with a simple pledge.
I rise today to begin to filibuster John Brennan's nomination for the CIA. I will speak until I can no longer speak.
And so commenced an old-fashioned political stand meant to protest U.S. drone policy, stretching from noon Eastern time well into the night. And needless to say, there were many Mr. Smith Goes to Washington references to be had.
From the day I went up to see him, he said, "You monster, I will not yield."
But oh, it occasionally got weird. Paul's points were often poignant, but also bordered on the bizarre. There was his reinterpretation of Alice in Wonderland.
We think, Alice never fell down a rabbit hole. Of course she didn't. She's not real. But there is a question, has America the Beautiful become Alice's Wonderland?
And taking U.S. policy on targeted killings to what he saw as its logical conclusion.
Is objecting to your government or objecting to the policy of your government sympathizing with the enemy? But are you going to just drop a drone Hellfire missile on Jane Fonda?
But Paul also got a little help from his friends. Though never officially yielding the floor, the senator did pause for extended questions. Ted Cruz of Texas read off a list of tweets and asked Paul if he was aware of the social media buzz, while Florida's Marco Rubio referenced an awkward moment during his State of the Union response.
I know you've been here a while. Let me give you some free advice. Keep some water nearby. It comes in handy. Trust me.
And for those wondering if Paul had continued his filibuster, IsRandPaulStillTalking.com had a quick answer. Of course, for as many strange quotes that came out of Paul's filibuster, it dealt with a pretty serious issue: the targeted killing of Americans on U.S. soil, and whether the government has a right to carry those out. A memo from Attorney General Eric Holder said in extreme circumstances it was an acceptable use of drones. Of course, that wasn't the statement Paul was hoping for. Even with John Brennan's confirmation vote already delayed, Paul says he won't finish his filibuster until he hears something different from Holder or President Obama. For Newsy, I'm Zach Toombs. Multiple sources, a broader view.